Let me ask you something uncomfortable. You have money sitting in a savings account right now. Maybe $5,000. Maybe $20,000. You feel responsible. You feel safe. You feel like you're doing the right thing. But here's what your bank doesn't want you to figure out: that money is quietly losing value every single day. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly what to do about it. My name is Jack, and if you're someone who has money sitting in savings but has no idea how to start making it actually grow, stay with me. This will change how you think about money forever. Here's the brutal truth. The average traditional savings account in America pays around 0.5% interest. Meanwhile, inflation in the US has been running between 3 and 4% per year. Do the math. If your savings earns 0.5% and inflation eats 3.5%, you're not saving money. You're slowly losing purchasing power. Every year. Quietly. Without anyone telling you. Now, you may have heard about high-yield savings accounts. And yes, right now some of them, like Marcus by Goldman Sachs, Ally, or SoFi, are offering around 4.5 to 5%. That's actually pretty solid for cash savings. But here's the thing. Even at 5%, long-term investing still wins. And I'm going to show you the numbers to prove it. Let's say you have $10,000 right now. Here's what happens over 30 years depending on what you do with it. If you put it in a traditional savings account earning 0.5%, after 30 years you have $11,600. If you put it in a high-yield savings account earning 4.5%, after 30 years you have $37,900. But if you invested in an S&P 500 index fund earning 10% on average, after 30 years you have $174,000. Same $10,000. 30 years. $11,000 in a savings account versus $174,000 invested in the market. That is not a small difference. That is the difference between struggling in retirement and being financially free. And this doesn't even include the tax advantages we're about to talk about. So how do you actually make this transition? Let's walk through it step by step. Step 1. Before you invest a single dollar, you need an emergency fund. 3 to 6 months of your actual living expenses, sitting in cash. Not invested. Not in crypto. In cash. Why? Because here's what actually happens to most people. They start investing. The market dips 15%. They panic. They need cash for a car repair or a medical bill. They sell at the worst possible time. They lose money. And they swear off investing forever. Your emergency fund protects your investments from your own life. It's not exciting. But it is the foundation of everything else. Keep this emergency fund in a high-yield savings account. You'll earn 4 to 5% while your cash just sits there. Marcus, Ally, and SoFi are solid options right now. Step 2. And this one is massive. If your employer offers a 401k match, you need to contribute at least enough to get the full match. Every single paycheck. Here's why this is literally free money. Let's say your employer matches 50% of your contributions up to 6% of your salary. You earn $60,000 a year. You contribute 6%, that's $3,600. Your employer adds another $1,800. That's an immediate 50% return on your money before the market even moves. No investment on earth guarantees a 50% instant return. Not stocks. Not real estate. Not crypto. Nothing. Getting your full 401k match is the single best financial move most Americans can make right now. And here's the bonus: 401k contributions are pre-tax. Meaning you reduce your taxable income today, and your money grows tax-deferred until retirement. It's a win on both ends. Step 3. Once you're getting your full 401k match, the next move for most Americans is opening a Roth IRA. A Roth IRA is an individual retirement account where you invest after-tax dollars. The incredible part? All the growth is completely tax-free. You invest $7,000 this year, it grows to $70,000 over 20 years, you owe zero taxes on that $63,000 of growth. Zero.
In 2025, the contribution limit is $7,000 per year, or $8,000 if you're 50 or older. And if you're single earning under $146,000, or married filing jointly under $230,000, you're eligible.
You can open a Roth IRA in about 15 minutes.
Fidelity, Vanguard, and Schwab are the most trusted platforms. I personally recommend Fidelity for beginners: 0 account minimums, 0 trading fees, and excellent customer support.
Even if you can only put $50 a month into a Roth IRA right now, start. The most powerful thing in investing isn't how much you invest. It's how long your money has time to grow. Step 4. Now that you have your account set up, what do you actually invest in? This is where most beginners get overwhelmed. They think they need to pick stocks. They think they need to research companies. They think they need to watch the market every day. They don't. The strategy that beats most professionals is actually this simple: index funds. An index fund tracks the overall stock market. Instead of betting on one company, you're investing in hundreds or thousands of companies at once. When you buy an S&P 500 index fund, you're buying a tiny slice of Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and 496 other companies in one single purchase. Here's the data that should blow your mind. Over the past 20 years, more than 90% of actively managed funds run by professional Wall Street investors have underperformed a simple S&P 500 index fund. Professionals with teams of analysts and billions of dollars are losing to a simple fund that any beginner can buy today. Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors in history, has publicly said that for most Americans, a low-cost S&P 500 index fund is the best investment available. The specific funds I'd point you toward: VIO or FXAX for S&P 500 exposure, or VTI for total US market exposure. All of these have extremely low fees. We're talking 0.03% per year. That means on $10,000 invested, you pay $3 in fees annually. $3. Step 5. This is where the real magic happens. And it's not glamorous. It's automation. Set up automatic contributions to your Roth IRA or brokerage account every single month. Even $200 a month. Even $100. The amount matters less than the consistency. Here's the math. If you invest $300 per month starting at age 25, and the market returns 8% annually, by age 60 you'd have roughly $585,000. You only contributed $126,000 of your own money. The other $459,000 came from compound growth. That is not a typo. You contributed $126,000. You end up with $585,000. The market did the rest. Now, I have to be completely honest with you, because a lot of financial content glosses over this part. Markets crash. Seriously crash. In 2008, the S&P 500 dropped nearly 50%. In early 2020 during COVID, it dropped 34% in about a month. If you had $50,000 invested in 2008, you watched it become $25,000 on paper. That is terrifying. But here's what the data shows. Every single one of those crashes eventually recovered. And investors who stayed the course, who kept investing through the crash, came out dramatically ahead. The people who got hurt were the ones who panic sold at the bottom. They locked in their losses and missed the recovery. This is exactly why your emergency fund matters. When your living expenses are covered in cash, a market crash doesn't force you to sell. It becomes an opportunity to buy more at lower prices. Think in decades, not days. That mindset is worth more than any stock tip. Alright, let's bring it all together. Here is the exact step-by-step path from saving to investing. Number 1. Build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund and keep it in a high-yield savings account. Number 2. Contribute to your 401k at least up to the full employer match. It's free money. Number 3. Open a Roth IRA at Fidelity, Vanguard, or Schwab and contribute what you can. Number 4. Invest in low-cost index funds like VIO, FXAX, or VTI. Number 5. Automate your contributions and don't touch it. Let compounding work for decades. Saving money gives you stability. Investing gives you freedom. And the earlier you start combining both, even with small amounts, the more powerful your financial future becomes. I want to hear from you right now. Drop a comment and tell me, what is the one thing stopping you from investing today? Is it fear? Debt? Not knowing where to start? I read every single comment and I will personally respond this week. And if this video helped you, hit subscribe. I put out videos every week breaking down money concepts that your school never taught you. I will see you in the next one.